here. Want to start off by saying I know most of you have received this statement already, and I'd be happy to provide to anybody who is not. But regarding Chase Scanlon, per federal privacy law, to ensure a fair process, we cannot comment on active investigations or specific cases. So Coach Desko is only going to be taking questions about today's game. If anybody needs that statement, again, I'm happy to provide. But we're going to start off with an opening statement from Coach Desko about today's game.
Well, I think it was a good win for us coming off a loss a week ago to get back out there in the Carrier Dome, get up and down the field and play Robert Morris. Robert Morris does a lot of different things. They really try to create transition. They have two-way midfielders that will go from defense to play offense, forcing our offensive middies to play defense. And I thought that what helped our cause a lot today was the fact that we dominated in the faceoffs and between Jacob Fopp and Danny Varela a little bit. And then I thought our wings played very well. The times that Jake got it out and it was a loose ball, our wings made some good plays. We got some transition off of it. And I think we settled down defensively in the second half. I think Jake Porter gave us some big saves in the second half. We, understood our defensive lineups a little bit better. I think coach moving Grant Murphy to Smith, number one, helped us quite a bit, and it was good that we adjusted in the second half.
Thank you. We'll now take questions. First, Mario, if you want to lead us off. Mario, you there? I don't think we have Mario. Next, we will go to.
Does that mean, sorry, did you say Mario?
Yeah, sorry, you're listed as Mario on here. Sorry,
I forgot that I was Mario. John, I know you can't, your team has been through a lot these last couple of weeks. I know you can't comment on anything, but is there any sense of relief where your team can just focus on, the NCAA tournament and moving forward?
Yeah, well, I understand you have questions, but unfortunately, due to federal privacy laws, there's nothing I can say beyond that at this point.
Next, we will go to Lindsey Kramer.
Yeah, I was wondering, since this is your last, your, as you said, tune-up game or warm-up game, whatever you want to call it, the regular season. We'll find out Sunday where you're going, but just your thoughts about where you think this team is right now. Is it where you'd want to be? Maybe not. Just your assessment right now, please.
Well, I'm really glad we had the game today. Again, coming off a loss a week ago, to get back out there and as we've talked about before, Lindsay, we've got some younger players replacing some guys who have been injured. So it was good to get them some more game experience. Again, I thought that they settled down in the second half. I think the team is coming off today's game is going to feel a lot better about themselves, and we'll sit down Sunday evening and see who we're going to play in the playoffs.
And then a question you've answered, been asked a few times during the course of the season. Owen Hiltz, as a freshman, of all the freshmen you've coached and your assistant coach or head coach tenure here, where does Owen rank among the top rookies?
Well, every game he plays, he's getting up there. I can't tell you exactly at this point. I really hadn't thought about it, but yeah, he's definitely one of the better ones, and pretty comforting to know that we're going to have him for 3 more years.
Larson?
Welcome.
Hey, John. So Tuesday we talked and you said you were hoping to get rid of the distraction and have your team focus. Considering everything that happened today, what did you think of your team's focus?
Well, it was a day short. I was disappointed in the first half. Again, a combination of things. I think Robert Morris does some different things. They'll trap you in the middle of the field. We talked about what they did in transition. Their offense is a little different. And, I just thought they got some easier goals in the first half. But in the second half, I think the guys settled down. They paid more attention to their assignments. Just because they're going against something that's different. They don't see it on a daily or weekly basis. And we adjusted well in the second half. And I just with the guys in the locker room and talked to them after the game, a lot of smiles on their faces. I think they're happy with, where they are and where they're going right now.
Can you can you share kind of, it seemed like you were in the locker room quite a while after a win. I'm assuming there were other things that were talked about. Am I wrong?
Yeah, no, I think it was exactly what we normally do. Coaches meet in the coaches locker room, and we kind of discuss, we look at the stats, kind of discuss high points and things that we need to work on, and how the team played. And then I go in and talk to the group, and I think it was just about the same schedule as normal. It didn't seem like it was anything longer to me.
Just one more. Can you tell me what your pregame message was in light of today's events?
Just that, we were short of a week or a day of practice, and we want our guys to just focus on their assignments, every man to go out and do his job. And if we did that, then we were going to have good success. And I think that, thankfully with the face-offs, getting those possessions, I thought the offense got going. I think the defense adjusted as the game went on, and we had a good second half.
Thanks, John.
Tyler?
Coach, first off, congrats on the win, big win. The Owen connection, Siebold and Hiltz was phenomenal in this one. What have you seen and liked about those two playing together on the field?
I think they, Owen now, starting in the attack position, and I think we've talked before that Owen going down the stretch here the last 5-6 games, really playing with a lot of confidence. He wants the ball on his stick. He wants to make something happen. He's was playing a little bit more of an invert position when he was in the midfield. Now he's back where I think he's strongest, behind the goal. He's a big physical guy, and he creates some matchup problems for other teams' defenses. And then Owen, just the way Owen Hiltz was pretty smart today. He understood their slide package, put himself in spots where he knew his guy was going to slide from, got to the open space, and obviously scored 7 goals today. So I think the combination is good, and I think they have good understanding of the offense, and they do work well together.
And just to follow up, if I may, given all the expectations this team had entering the season, they were expected to be a Final Four team, according to most people. Now here we are right at the start of the NCAA tournament. They're most likely going to make it. What are your prospects for this team? Do you think they could still make a Final Four run?
Sure. I mean, this is, we look at it as a whole new season. We've played, I think we were 1 or 2 in strength of schedule at a point last week. So to play the #1 schedule in the country, or 2, says something, and it makes you better. So we're getting, I think it's going to help us going into the playoffs, and a good attitude and a win today that's going to get us off to a good start.
Thank you. Next, go to Henry.
Hi, Coach. Owen Siebold stepped up in a big way today. He's had to start the last few games. I know Owen Hiltz is the talk of the town right now, but how have you seen Owen Siebold kind of step into that starting role?
I think he has nicely. We just talked about him playing with a lot of confidence going down the stretch here. And then to get the kind of production he had today, we're hoping he can continue that going forward. I think he will. And again, he's a big physical guy, so the team has to match up appropriately with him. And it was great to see him have the kind of production he had today.
Thank you. Next, go to Allie.
Yeah, I wanted to ask about Drake. He didn't have a great game today, 9 saves on 23 shots on goal. So how does Drake bounce back from this heading into the NCAA tournament?
Well, we thought about that at halftime. I think that I think there were a couple he felt he should have gotten the first half. I think it was a combination of, where they were shooting from. And let's face it, #1 is a tremendous player. He's got great finishing ability. He's a big, strong guy who will dodge people. He got at least 2 goals in the man up early on. So he's a big matchup problem. But I think that Drake adjusted nicely in the second half. He had some great one-on-one saves. He didn't get tested as much there, but I thought he performed well.
Thanks. We got time for 2 more. We'll start with Lindsay.
Yeah, these are quick ones. In the first half, Falp obviously got run over and he came out for a little bit. he came back to play, and then Hills late in the game sort of was shaky coming off. Are both Hills and Faup okay?
Yeah, well, Fop got back out there and took a bunch of face-offs afterwards, so I think he's fine. Hiltz was just a leg cramp, so we got him out. At that point, the game, I think we were in control of the game, got a little experience for other players going in, and I think they'll both be fine.
So when you switched to Varello, that was just to give Jacob a rest after that big hit?
Well, no, he got popped pretty good, and he'd been taking a lot of face-offs, and it was just to get him out, let him recover from that. And Danny, Danny's pretty good. We have a nice 1-2 punch with those two guys, and it was good to get Danny in with a little experience. And then again, Jake came back, and he's fine.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
And then we'll go to Mark for the last question.
John, did Chase's arrest have any impact on this game, on your team?
I can't comment on anything beyond what the university said in its statement.
Okay. Do you expect any, as we move forward, what's going to be the impact of not having your leading goal scorer?
Well, due to federal privacy laws, I unfortunately can't comment on that.
Okay.
All right, thanks everybody. That wraps up today's press conference.